Hello and welcome in. I am Miss Kinghorn and we are back here in Planet Zoo and our Red Lane Zoo. And we are going to be building something a little bit different today. So we are building a double habitat for the llamas and the alpacas. Or alpacas, llamas, whichever way, same thing. And in there, so yeah, we're doing a big, nice double habitat. This is part of really finishing off the Cream family farm. I said right at the beginning, or probably again at the end of that I wanted to have a separate car park and a little bit more of a little space up there for them, and so that's what we're really going to be working on today. Unfortunately, because I don't want this video to be hours long, I have cut out the car park, the new entrance, or like a mini entrance I guess you can really call it, and a kind of cafe, kind of outdoor seating, kind of, it's like a birthday, kind of like an event, like, if you go to somewhere on like a school trip or something and there's like 20, 30, possibly like 50 kids with sort of their teachers and everything like that, they would have like their own specialist little place where they would go to get like their food, and they will be like very contained. I've built one of those, but it's also somewhere that you could have like a birthday party at the zoo, and you can have like this little space and you can like dress it up or whatever for your themed birthdays. That's what I've done in there. So you'll see that in the background. That's what this is. But I figured with that area, we have this space here that I didn't really know what to do with at first, but I did know that I wanted to get these animals in at some point, and I figured why not get them in right now. So what we're currently building is a huge stable building. When I say it's huge, I really do mean it's huge, and it's quite detailed. So lots of the Indonesian wood pieces, which again I absolutely love. And yeah, I've kind of built like one section of this, and then I've kind of expanded and copied them so that it's all the same all the way around. But we're going to turn them into kind of individual, sort of stable kind of builders in there. But this, what you can actually see just there in the background is the giant anteater. So we're kind of higher up down the side of this sort of zoo, and then this actually, the main path that you also see running through here with this habitat leads through onto where the chickens are and the Highland cows. So to give you some sort of idea of where we're going with there, but this whole sort of like entrance area and this habitat you can only access via sort of the Cream family farm. So it's like, if you want to come in here, it is a dead end. You would then need to turn around and go back, because what I really wanted it to be is to be like this is the entrance to that Cream family farm. So you can either have like your whole zoo tickets, in which you can access the Cream family farm, or you can just access the family farm separately, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that's kind of why there's this separate entrance for just people wanting to visit the Cream family farm. How many times am I going to say that in today's video? In here. So we're currently working on getting the flooring all in. I kind of went for this, like it's breeze block, but it's like the big sort of stone slabs that we've got in here. And now we are placing down, sort of separating all of this up in here. So originally the plan was going to be that this be two habitats, and you actually have like an actual physical barrier in between the two. I decided not to in the end, and kind of they get a enrichment boost with being together, so I figured why not put them in together, and you can kind of have that boost. You can be in the same building, and they can obviously access everything, and they do live in pretty similar sort of locations and things like that, so I thought it would work out really well for there. But yes, you can see here I'm fiddling around and playing around with all of these, trying to get them all into place. into there. Right. So yeah, we have quite a few of the stores. Some of them are accessible, and you'll sort of see I place in the sort of doors for them. Come up here. That's some of them. I mean, the llamas are huge. I didn't actually realise there was that much of a size difference between the two animals, and you'll sort of see when we come to the cinematics what I mean by the size difference. They are huge, which is fine. It just means that some of the doors are maybe slightly smaller. I don't really know why. They should all be the same size, but you know, some things never quite work that way when I'm building things. Anyhow, in there, so the doors are all kind of like open. They're kind of like on a runner. You'll sort of see me place that in a second. So they can be like individually shut, so the animals can be shut in if and when you kind of want them to be. But I feel like because they are such sort of tame, friendly, sort of nice animals, I feel like the keepers can obviously walk in there with them, and they can handle them and do like demonstrations with them for like the kids and things like that. That's something that I kind of really wanted as well. And I didn't want like it to be like what we did with the bears, where it all had to be done externally with like buttons and things like that, because obviously it's too dangerous to go in there. I felt with these animals, they're really nice, they're friendly, they actually like people and things like that. So I thought it would be the perfect sort of way we can get them to get keepers in there and get sort of handling. Now, I haven't done this as a walkthrough. That was a choice I could have made, and I did actually think about it, but I decided not to in the end. And that was simply that I just didn't think that I wanted another walkthrough. We have got quite a few walkthroughs already in this area, and it just didn't really, I don't know, it didn't really warrant it, and I didn't know how I was going to get that in, to be fair. It seems like a little bit of a strange one in here, especially when you sort of come and see what we do on the sort of outside when we actually get into like the planting and stuff. It just really wasn't space for it everywhere. I mean, I could have put in a couple of little loops and things like that, but it just didn't really work for me, so I decided not to. But I feel like it's fine, we can kind of get away with it. I don't know what animal is coming next in the zoo. I know what animals in total are going into the zoo, but what ones we do next, I don't know. But maybe possibly we might get a another walkthrough in later on. We'll have to see. But how are you all liking this zoo so far? Do let me know down in the comments. What is your favourite animal that we have placed in here? What are you looking forward to sort of seeing in here as well? Maybe it's next, who knows? You can just see there, I have jumped ahead. Trying to get all these stable drawers in was a bit of a nightmare, especially on some of them when they didn't really want to work. So I've actually had to place one at an angle, but what I've kind of done is like it's fallen off the runner. Like, you know, maybe the animals have bashed it and it's fallen off, something like that. That's kind of the idea I had in my head anyway. But you can sort of see I've put lots of sort of hay and bedding down for them. I've also put some enrichment around, including like food and balls and things like that in for them, just to give them something fun and interesting to do in here. But now the reason why we created these sort of awnings on this side wasn't just for something to do. It was actually to provide a little sunshade in here, because we have the windows coming through, which I thought worked out really, really nicely on this side. And we do actually have them on the other side. Now, I don't show you that simply because I've seen it once. You don't really need to see me doing it again. But we do create some little custom windows in here. Now, you're probably looking at this thinking, this is all great, I like this, yada yada yada. There is one problem. There is no actual walls. And that poses a problem, as I am about to find out, because it's not straight. As this is me we're talking about, who never builds anything straight. Roofing. Oh, I love you. So I was thinking a nice tiled roof, really simple, into a sort of U shape, yada yada yada. No. It would not work. So it is not 8 meters wide. It is not 4 meters wide. At the very best, it's probably about 6. Maybe 7. It proved challenging. So what I decided to do is do a custom roof. Was really the only other option at this point. Now, given the fact that I had already been recording this for probably around 3 hours at this point, because I had recorded everything else. So, as I said, the car park, the entrance, the sort of seating, picnic area, all of that had been recorded. All of this whole building, probably to do just this, probably took over an hour. It was a nightmare, and then I realised that I hadn't built it square, or straight, or to the right size. Yeah. I, at this point, am kicking myself, and I think you probably all are too. So, very quickly ended up having to use these wooden sort of beams, like what we did on the sunshade, to kind of create a little bit of a custom roof. And voila, as if by magic, it is all done. So, you weren't even supposed to have a Planet Zoo video today. We were supposed to do a Planet Coaster video. But I can't build in it. I don't know what's wrong. And I feel like I've said this before. I had really difficulty building in Planet Coaster 1. And I mean, I love the concept. I love the game. I love what we can do with it. I just can't build in it. It just does not work for me. And so I thought, oh, it'll be okay, because it's the same developers, the same team, the same sort of building. You thought everything was the same, it'll be fine. So I get the game when it first comes out, and I'm sort of looking around, but I'm like, right, I'm going away. I have like a day to kind of get the hang of things. Mainly the pathing, I've got to be honest. I did practice a lot with the pathing. And then I come back from a holiday, and I'm all refreshed and excited and ready to build in Planet Coaster. And I get in there, and I'm like, right, okay, this is what we're going to build. This is all fine, yada, yada, yada. I can't do it. For some reason, I just cannot build in it. And I got my circle ready for my entrance. I had got all of that. I had got a board up on Pinterest where I've got loads of images that I really want to build. I just can't do it. It's one of those really frustrating things, because it sapped my mood. I was happy, I was excited, I was ready to go, and then I was just like, yeah, I'm not ready now. So I probably spent maybe like 3 hours trying to build something, and I get to the point where I was just like, I'm just gonna have to abort. I don't have time for this. I just don't have time. I've got to get something recorded, because I had no other videos ready or for anything. So in the end, I was like, right, we're just gonna have to come off of here, back into Planet Zoo, and yeah, here we are. And then I decided to do a huge build in here, which took, again, another maybe 6-7 hours of footage just to do this. So I spent the whole day basically struggling, recording and building, deleting, building, deleting, and then finally settled on this. So yeah. But anyway, I had a very nice holiday, I have to be fair. Went away for my birthday, so really nice time away. Spent doing lots of different sort of bits and pieces as well. But yeah, now we are back, and we're building this. So what am I doing at the moment? I am currently building a kind of raised planting areas. So because of the animals that are going in here, they eat a lot of sort of grasses and plants and bushes and things like that. And so I wanted to have it feeling very green, very lush, kind of like what we've done everywhere else. But I knew if I put the plants on the ground in accessible areas for the animals, they wouldn't last very long. So I figured these kind of raised areas would be perfect for them in here. So we've kind of got these 3 quite large planters coming around all over the place as well. And then also the sort of tree protectors coming in. I do actually change those. So these are another item that I made right back at the beginning, same as the Rockwork and all of those that we get in. And they're just sort of stored off the side of the zoo. And from time to time I just pull them out as and when I need them. But what I will do is, I'm not sure if I actually show you at the end or if I do it off camera. I go through and kind of lower them all down so that the trees aren't clipping with them. I've just kind of done them to like a standard height. I think of maybe like one tree where I was like testing when I was building everything. So I do come through and lower those. You may see that or just see that in the cinematics at the end, whichever. But I also only show you the planting of one of these areas, but they basically use the same planting everywhere, in kind of all 3. And yeah, lots of more little rocks coming through. So we've kind of got these bigger rocks that I've kind of got in, that have kind of got the this buffalo grass in, and then I come through and I go a little bit nuts. Now, I love this buffalo grass. It's one of my like go-to all-time favourite kind of plants in here. We do also kind of get like meadowy kind of plants at the bottom, so that I feel like maybe they just constantly grow, so it doesn't really matter if the animals eat them. But you'll sort of see that later on. Loads and loads of buffalo grass everywhere. Just, it feels a lot better compared to kind of the long grass that we have in game. I don't really know why. Some places have a combination of the 2 of them in there as well. But now we're working on the planting, as I say, only showing you the one area in here for all of that. But then it's just a case of copying and pasting to get in a lot of this all in place, and moving around the canvas so much was a little bit disorientating. So I thought, why not just show you the one in there. Right, we are very quickly coming up to the end of this video. So if you have enjoyed it, then please give me a big thumbs up and comment down below. As I say, let me know, what animals do you want to see in the zoo? What animals are you wanting next? And what is your favourite animal in the zoo so far? Yeah, you can also follow me on pretty much all social medias. I'm not posting anything new onto Twitter, X, whatever. So, I mean, you can still follow me over there if you are on there, but I'm not really going to be engaging with anything. But I am now over on Blue Sky, so come and check me out over there. All of the links, including my link tree, are down in the description, so you can basically follow me everywhere on there. But what do we think of this habitat? Are we excited and happy with how it all looks? I've got to be fair, after so long recording this, I kind of got to the point where I was like, yeah, okay, I'm happy with this now. And I also changed the fencing from what we had used in the rest of the Queen Family Farm. I was not going there again. So we actually have a new in-game fence that came with the barnyard, which I think works perfectly in here. It's a little bit different from everything else, so it works really, really well for this area. But anyway, I will leave you here, but until next time, stay happy and stay building. Bye everyone!